So auction day number 1, and we have the T22 Medium. Is this worth 15 million credits? No. If we go ahead and put this into comparison with the other 2 medium tanks that are in the game currently that you can readily get, which is the T62A and the 140, you'll see that the T22 is just flat out the worst out of the lot. Gun-wise, the T22 loses, even against the T62A. The T62A is not a very good tank, but it's better than a T22 overall. That is depressing. For the gun handling, you then lose again. You don't even get good gun handling in regards to the poor DPM as like a benefit. You get the worst gun handling out of the lot. So the gun is just flat out awful in comparison to the 140 and the T62A. Moving down to mobility, you do get the best mobility, actually, including the soft terrain resistances, which are very, very good. However, it's not really made up for with the rest of the tank, so it's kind of useless because all of these stats are more than good enough on the T62A and 140. Now, moving down to the armor, you may be thinking, Max, this tank is super troll. It's so easy to bounce shots in it. And I mean, yes, you are correct. It is very, very troll. As you can see, you can over-angle this tank a lot before it finally is able to be penned. And you pretty much have to go side on, like completely flush with it to be able to pen it. Because even if it's angled a little bit like this, you will bounce. However, there's a big fat plate here. You can also, I mean, you can reverse side script pretty effectively. But again, you'll be able to shoot this. And it's just a little bit awkward because you don't get a lot of gun depression. You get 5 degrees. And then we enter the bigger issue of the T22 Medium, which is you can just go and pen its gun. If you go and shoot directly to the left or the right of the gun, you only have about 220 to 230 millimeters of pen needed to go straight through the thing. So if you do see one of these things, aim at the gun and you'll probably pen. So yes, this is by far the most troll out of the 3, but that doesn't make up for the rest of the tank. So is this tank worth it? No. That's a simple answer. Unless you're a tank collector, right? And in which case, this video doesn't even apply to you because you're just going to buy the tank anyway. But if you're someone that has been wanting a new tank and you don't have a 140, especially if you don't have a 140, this is absolutely not worth it. Because you could save yourself 9 million credits and just go buy a 140. That seems like a much better deal to me. Or you could save yourself even more credits, wait until the 140 goes top of the tree, and then you can get a nice discount on the 140, probably saving yourself like 11 million in the process. And even if you are a person that collects tanks, and you are a tank collector, and you want to add this to your collection, but you don't yet have everything else in the game, I still wouldn't recommend this. The reason being is that this gets sold, not commonly, but often enough that this probably won't be the last time this is sold, because it always generates hype and it always generates an income for Wargaming, or even if it doesn't generate an income for them because of credits, it will get rid of a lot of resources in the game for them. And the more that they get rid of resources, the more that then they can push the monetization and so on and so on and so on. I would not be surprised if this gets sold again next year or even later on in the year or whenever, with the amount of events and stuff that we have recently in World of Tanks with the black market, the auction, the assembly shop. This won't be an assembly shop, obviously. With all of those events, I wouldn't be surprised if this does pop up again, you know, in, let's say, you know, 9 months to a year or whatever. So you should pack out your account with other tanks that are less expensive and then see further down the line what happens with this tank, because 15 minutes credits is a steep ask for this vehicle. If this tank was like 700k free XP, then probably it'll be worth it a lot more. But I mean, 15 million credits is a lot. Anyway, hopefully you're doing good, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another lovely auction day.